Hello.
Oh, good morning.
Hello. How are you all doing?
Thank you for being here instead of with Ross O'Donovan playing Sea of Thieves. I see him on my followed channels.
You see him.
See him thieving around.
Even seeing thieves all around him on the shores and on the ocean.
Good morning, everyone.
Being a pirate.
Yeah. Being a rubber pirate rather than a rubber ninja. Ayo! How is everyone?
Okay, we're gonna switch us over in 3, 2. Your screen's fine to show, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Do it. You need
Realizing I don't have NDI
yeah.
on. I'm like, it's fine to show.
It's a
Wait.
black void.
Wait.
There it is.
Here we are.
Hello.
Perfect.
Oh.
Yo.
Added noodle.
Can you have a zoom so I can see it better?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome. The noodles look really good. Did you use a brush for that?
I just hand painted that.
Nice.
It's just like one stroke for each strand, varying pen pressure.
Damn.
Like the soft brush to kind of push areas that were like, okay, this bit's deeper.
That looks really appetizing.
That's my aim with it, you know? I want to try and get something that you're like,
Pen, what are you grinding on right now? And thank you for having us on while you work. Cause take a sip every time when she forgets to share screen. Alright. This is a new system that I'm not super used to using yet, so I sometimes forget that I have to actively turn it off after every stream, and I have to actively turn it on before every stream. That's all. Dazzle.
yeah. My question of is your screen good to show incorporates both. Is it free of NDA stuff?
Well, I didn't know it meant that. I thought it just meant free of NDA stuff, so I was like, yeah, of course.
Get that NDA off and get that NDI on.
Nada. Nada. Okay. Maybe it is time for me to put some foreground bushes on this here composition. Oh, you're working on boards for your internship. That's so exciting. That sounds super fun. Heck yeah. Do you work in Storyboard Pro as well, Pen, or do you work differently? Do you have a different workflow? Do you have any music going?
Ew.
Thank you. What kind of brushes do I have access to here? Can I make a brush that is going to draw the bushes for me? Is that possible? Reduce my workload. How I create brush. Oh, cool. You're also using Storyboard Pro. Hey, that's awesome. It's such a good program. Like, I really like all the different things you can do in it. I really enjoy the fact that you can make a scene 3D. Like, this scene is one of the ones. It's the only one in this board that I've set up in 3D space. But it's so cool to be able to just like go to the stage view and be like, oh, here are all my pieces all set up in 3D. And now if I move the camera, it will all parallax with one another naturally. In fact, what I should do is I should separate these goblins out. At the minute, they're all on the same layer, even though one of them is meant to be like in the distance. So I should probably separate them out onto different planes. Different planes of existence.
Ooh, that'd be really cool.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. Do that while I remember that I can do that. Yeah, I like it more than Harmony too, actually, Pen. I think it's is better for its specific job that it's doing. I have never found a better storyboard program. It's a shame that it's still, like, so expensive. Hey, Tiramisu! Oh, you got internet again. That's awesome. It's good to have you in the stream. How are you doing? Hope you're okay. I've just spent the last 3 minutes padding around and not doing anything. What was I doing?
You're gonna put the characters in different depth for the.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. Let's push this gob boy backwards. There you go. And push this gob boy forwards. Oh, there we go. And now I just need to copy them across all of the other panels so that their movement is going to be consistent. Which I'm sure there's a faster way to do than me literally going through like this and doing it, but you know. Sometimes I do things the hard way just because I can't be bothered to figure out the easier way to do it. What I'm working on, I'm doing some fan boards just for funsies. I think I posted them into the Discord a little while ago, but then I didn't work on it for a little while. And now I'm back to working on it because I was like, I should actually finish this so I can, you know, pop it up online somewhere.
I was saying to you that it would be cool.
There we go.
Get some voices for it.
You were like, that would be cool. It would also be like a fair amount of effort for people. I'm trying to figure out how I would handle that. Whether I would just give people the lines I want them to say and then let as many people, like, in air quotes, audition as they'd like by doing reads of the lines.
Yeah. And
then choose the one which I think fits the best. I mean, Donnie's got a very specific voice though. Like, especially his laugh. If I'm going to have Donnie laughing maniacally, it's going to have to be like a very particular type of voice for that, I think.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, you could potentially get a clip of a Donnie laugh.
Oh, actually, that's a great idea. He has a bunch of, like, super evil laughs. That's, I don't know why I didn't think of that. Yeah.
Because you're an adorable mess sometimes.
All the time,
and
my
you're
friend.
Stubborn and you're when you don't think something's possible. Like,
I forgot that I could do simple things like using sounds from things that exist.
Yeah, the tricky thing would be having the voice act, like the voice match the laugh, and also the line.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll nab him laughing so I can properly have This maniacal boy is my favourite maniacal boy. Of all the maniacal boys I know, this one is my favourite. Alright, let's get some foreground bushes in here. I want them to go super fast by the camera, so I guess I have to have a lot of them. Which means I'm just going to be drawing grass for a little bit.
Get your little bush on.
Excuse me, Michael, how lewd.
What? Oh, yeah.
How excited am I for the new episodes? I'm very excited. I'm kind of more excited to see everyone else's reactions. Because I may have had a sneak preview of what's coming. And I think people are gonna lose their shit. I feel like I'm gonna die. Yeah, I think we're all gonna die in Ascend during these episodes, honestly. I think that's gonna happen. But you always know you can trust the Rise crew to absolutely bring it. Like no one has ever brought it before.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm looking.
Yeah. Even if things don't go the way that the Rise crew necessarily want in production, they always absolutely make the most of whatever situation they're in. And yeah, these episodes are stunning. Like, effing stunning, guys. Like, holy sheets. So I'm excited. Like, I have a big mixture of emotions. I'm sure everybody does right now. I'm here with you, my friends. Not sure whether I want to be happy or sad.
I think it's much like the show, the nuance thing.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, I am. I guess the short answer is I am very excited. Because there's going to be a lot of people all screaming in hype simultaneously across the world. Maybe I can just copy and paste this grass. And no one will know apart from you guys, but you're not allowed to tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone.
Donatello!
Don't tell anyone.
You just have to tell everyone that I drew each blade of grass individually. Because that's just how legit of an artist I am. I would never do anything which would make my life easier or my job faster. Just mirror it and skew it a little bit.
I like to think
Thank
of
you,
it
Bertie.
like the phrase in Pirates of the Caribbean when it comes to like
Take what you can, give nothing back.
that too.
You're the governor's daughter?
No, it's like when someone's saying like that's cheating, and it's a response to that sort of thing.
I'm a pirate?
It no, it's okay. It says what a man can, but I would say what a person can and what a person can't do. Like, not cheating. It's whatever you're capable of doing, you can do, and you were able to do. So if you find a shortcut way to make something, do it.
Are you telling me that I have the ability to accept that my father was a good man and a pirate?
Yeah. Where's the rum gone?
Where is the rum gone?
He's a eunuch.
And other such quotes.
Take a walk. He might be the best
Take a
pirate
walk.
I've ever seen.
Once more, as always, Miss Swan. Parlay. Yeah. My life is just going to become nothing but Pirates of the Caribbean quotes now.
I know whose blood you need.
You know whose blood we need. Try wearing a corset.
That one. A better one.
We named the monkey Jack. Anyway, before this stream does just devolve into nothing but Pirates of the Caribbean quotes.
I made rope
From the hair
from
on
me
me
back.
back.
He lashed to sea turtle.
Oh. But not before he'd gone crazy from the heat.
You were here for 2 days.
I'm not continuing this anymore. It's
Why?
got out of hand.
It's one of the best films ever made.
A little mermaid flopped up on deck and told me all about it.
Unhand Miss Swan. Doing my civic duty, sir.
That was for the smell. Sorry. or a Donald Goofy. Sure, that's also in Pirates.
And I practice with them 3 hours a day. Or 8 hours a day or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, we do know. So I've probably watched that movie more times than I should have. 30. I'm going to admit right now that probably I watched that movie a few more times than I should have.
So you think you can cheat? That song is. You think you can cheat?
Yeah. What is this song? Tiramisu. I'm using Storyboard Pro, which Pen can attest is a very good program. It's super good.
Called Headlights.
Oh, nice. It reminds me of another band that I can't remember the name of. Yeah, it's very good. It's unfortunately a little bit expensive. For my license, I pay $50 a month, which is but it does allow me to do the work that I need to do, and fun things like this. Aha! You see, now I have large grass. Now I have long grass, which is all I ever wanted.
All I ever wanted.
It's all I ever wanted. Cool. I'm gonna make the grass extra long. Why not? Could it ever be too long? I guess we'll find out. We're gonna go into YouTube now. I guess so.
I stole a loaf of bread.
That's not. Hey, Kobe Anim, thank you so much. Thank you for the subscription. Hope you're doing okay. Okay, I'm gonna make this go past the camera now.
I watched the video that was about the Hollywood live action telling of Les Mis, and it was titled why Les Mis is more terrible, sounds more terrible than you think it does. And I learned some stuff about the production on that film that had me aghast.
Yeah, I also have watched that. So I get where you're coming from with it. Yeah, just mostly in terms of like the conditions in which the actors had to perform.
Yeah.
Are kind of bonkers for even for trained singers would like, never treat themselves that way because it would be harmful for their voices.
Yeah, like they were putting them like they were having them sing, and they were having them act and sing like they would have them act, but they were doing
multiple takes all day.
Yeah, which is something that professional singers would not do because it's harmful.
Yeah, like to do nothing but sing for 8 hours with barely any water every day for multiple days. No wonder. Like,
well, the water thing was Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the movie, he in order to look as ripped and as prison lifey as he was, he like did a whole thing where he didn't drink water, which is the worst thing you can do for your throat and your instrument if your voice is your instrument. And the point that the guy in the video was like, he did all this and he wasn't even shirtless. Why? I think it was explained as like this film had been in almost development hell, and the fact that the director was like, we're gonna have them all sing live on set was the thing that pushed it over. And it's just like, oh no.
Oh no. Yeah.
You blew Cyber Sniper Wolf's mind when you used the 3D tool. Yeah, Storyboard Pro has a 3D environment, a 3D camera.
It's very cool.
And parallax planes, and every layer sits in a 3D space.
Yes. I love that I can just like move the camera anytime I want now, and all the parallax is like, whoops, there we go. All the parallax is set up for me.
Yeah.
So hold on, let me zoom in so you guys can see properly. I also just did a thing that Patrick taught me called spread layer motion,
Yeah.
where you can move a layer, a drawing layer, in one panel, and then you can choose an option which lets you spread that motion across the entire scene. So I keyed the grass being in one place, and then I keyed the grass being in a different place. And then I just selected spread layer motion, and it duplicated that layer into every panel after in this scene, and also spread the animation evenly across everything.
Oh, it also copies them across as well.
It does, yeah. If you haven't got that in your scene already, then it will copy it across for you.
That's real good.
So yeah, you can see this like, oh, look at this cool scene that I can move around in. Wow.
I saw Ferocia on Twitter was talking about doing like a parallax kind of dolly zoom, and she was like, this is really cool using the 3D parallax, and I was like, oh, did you use this like spread motion? She was like, no, here's my process here, and I'm just sort of like, I think this way will make it a little bit. I don't use the program that much, but learning about spread layer motion was like, oh,
I can tell you
that's an amazing way to do it.
I spent a long time not knowing it existed and doing very complex things that could have been way easier the hard way. I weep.
Wait, I got push-up? They didn't come in.
Oh, I see them.
You see them? Why
yeah,
do I
Doodle
not see
Curls
them?
redeemed Doig does 5 push-ups. There we go. Should I double it up? Yeah. Do it.
Hey. Okay. Because you always go, you do them fast.
Okay, sure thing. I have to watch Mike do push-ups. He's making me watch. What a terrible state of affairs for me. That's not a push-up.
What?
I'm joking. He absolutely just did 5 push-ups. Nice job. Good job. Am I up for some squats today? I sure am. I ain't got no woman times going on now. I ain't got no Curse of the Blood Moon happening.
Curse of the what?
Curse of the Blood Moon.
Shark Week.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh! Bridie, how could you?
I don't see any of these, so I'm going to refresh.
Yeah, Pen, I will absolutely demo that feature for you. I will do this. I will do these squats first, and then I will demo that feature for you.
Let
so
me
you can see
just
it.
squat a bit.
Yeah, let me just squat, and then I'll do that.
Oh, now I see them. Also, Kobe Anim, thank you for the 2-month subscription. Really appreciate it. I'm watching her do squats. Nice shirt. She's wearing a Game Garou shirt that was designed by David Liu. Yay, go into
Here we go.
As Doodle Crawls.
I don't need it.
Can we get India to count as she squats so we can all hear it? She's away from the microphone though.
Yes. I'll do that next time.
Josie Fenton coming in with the raid. How you all doing? Welcome to the Animation Breakfast Club.
Welcome.
I'm drawing our characters in a soup stew ramen bowl, with the veggies. It makes sense. And India is doing a fan animatic for Rise of the TMNT, where what if Donnie played D&D? How was your stream, Josie? How are you doing? Yeah, thank you, Kurzik. We're aiming to get partner if we can. So if you're coming over, we'd really appreciate you clicking our little bear bird icon so that you fully jumped over, and then you'll register as a proper real-time analytics driven thing that Twitch knows about. San, we love you.
Aw.
Thank you so much for all of your
San.
support.
Yeah, big hugs to you.
You've been such a positive influence on our community, and each time you're in the stream, you're just really lovely and positive and glowing. So we really appreciate that we know you, and we thank your circle of friends too, like Seventh Cards and Pablo Fella, everyone that's just been such a supportive, welcoming part of the Twitch experience for us.
Yeah, we can't thank you enough. And yeah, I can't believe it's been 6 months either. It's gone so fast, right? Okay, I'm gonna demonstrate this for Pen, and anyone else who's interested in Storyboard Pro and doesn't know how to do this.
Okay, let me add a stream marker. There we go. Go.
So I've doodled this little Donny bird, and this Donny bird is gonna fly across the screen. Okay.
Donny bird.
So it's only on this one panel. I haven't done it on any of the other panels. So I'm going to do my usual thing of selecting the transform tool and then hitting the keyframe button next to the layer to set a keyframe. And I'm going to have it like start off screen.
Okay, let me...
And then I'm going to have the Donny bird come on screen and fly across the screen.
Here we go.
And it's going to go really fast. It's going to go right off the other side of the screen. Why not? Right?
Right.
So now, one of the important things is, if I zoom in to my timeline here, wherever you put your keyframes here will kind of act as a roadmap for the scene as a whole. So for example, if I start at the very beginning and end at the very end of this panel, then the animation on Donny Bird will start at the beginning of the scene and end at the end of the scene. But if I move the end of the animation to halfway through this panel, then when I spread the layer motion, it will end halfway through the scene. So think of the place where you're first setting the motion as kind of a little roadmap for how the motion will play out for the rest of the scene.
Alright, okay.
So you can like start it halfway through your scene if you want, if you move the start frame of your motion to halfway through the panel that you're going to use to spread the layer motion. You know, just imagine that projecting outwards and stretching across your screen, your scene as a whole. In fact, let me demonstrate it like that. So let's say we want him to come in halfway through, right? So I've gone to halfway through my panel and then I have the Donny Bird fly across. And now I want this motion to be applied to the scene as a whole.
Yep.
So I make sure I'm on the right layer. I go to layer, and then there's a command here that says spread layer motion. I just click that. And then you can either choose to do all panels in the same scene, which would just do all of them, or the next however many panels you like. So in that way you can like start halfway through a scene and choose to only affect scenes after where you are if you want, without affecting scenes before. I'm going to select all panels in the same scene and just hit OK. And then we should have halfway through the scene. Here comes a Donny Bird. There it goes across the screen. And this is really useful because I've timed all this out. You can see that all of these panels are on for different like frame durations. It would be really hard for me to get that motion evenly going across if I were to hand do it. But the computer calculates that for me, so because I've got all my timing set up already, it can make a smooth passage across, even though all of these are on screen for a different amount of time.
Question. Does it recalculate that if you change the panel duration?
No.
Okay.
So you would have to either reapply the motion or just wait until the end to apply that.
Okay.
That's why I've waited until the end of this scene to apply the grass in the foreground. Is because if I alter any of these, for example, where Dom first comes in here, this is a 1 because I'm crazy, and you probably shouldn't board on 1s, but here I am. If I extend this out to make it a second long, then you can see that he just kind of gets stuck on the edge of the screen.
Gotcha.
Because the keyframes have been set by the program now. But so long as you have your timing kind of set, you should be good.
Thank you for the follow. This is not Richard.
30, yeah, I would like, if someone's able to do like a Donny impression or something, that would be cool.
as close to the is it Josh Brenner or Josh Brenner?
Yeah, Josh Brenner.
Right, as close to the Josh Brenner delivery as possible.
I do probably also need some goblins just to like grunt and be
Oh
like,
no. Yeah,
I could probably just do that.
Yeah.
Sure thing, Pen. It's really like saved my bacon knowing how to do that.
Arcane automation. Oh, sorry, automaton. Arcane automaton. How are you doing? I once D&D'd as a wild magic robot.
You okay, Mike?
Ah.
Oh, see you, Doodle Curls. It was really nice to have you drop by.
Thank you.
Okay, here we are. So, this is what I was doing. I realized that I didn't like the fact that the grass was ending right at the bottom of the screen perfectly, so I moved the camera down a little bit so it's raised up a little bit more. But now that means that it exposes the fact that I haven't filled the grass very far below the screen. So I'm just gonna add this little bit onto it.
And if the layer that you are cleaning, that you're like moving, doesn't exist in layers, doesn't exist in the layers of the panels that are in the rest of your scene, it will create them. But what that means is you can go in and add, you can change the drawings because they're individual drawings on those layers, so that not only is it it doesn't have to be a still drawing that between the drawing can change on the layer.
The drawing can change.
And the tween will be maintained.
The tween will be maintained.
That's very useful.
That's what the portents say.
The portent.
Yeah.
The doors. Portholes. Anyway.
Isn't a portent like a prophecy almost?
Is it? I would know. Hey, boy, boom.
Okay, there we go. So now we have Grayus. It go past the camera. We have grass it go past.
Yeah, that's really useful.
Now I have to do the actual difficult bit, which is like, how much of the acting do I want to change? All of it. How much should I actually like go in there and change? I don't know. How much time do I want to spend on this? I definitely want to do something more fun with Don's spider arms coming up. Feel like they could be like way better in terms of the movement. So how many frames is this on for? 2. Okay.
You love the Kiki bread. Oh, let's see. Josie, let's see. Oh, super cool.
Can you get it on screen?
Yeah. This is really nice.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I love it. It's making me hungry, though.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, guys, those of you who are in America, yesterday I tried for the first time what you all refer to as a Tim Tam Slam.
Wasn't that an Australian?
Is it? Oh.
But they might have Tim Tams in keep going. Anyway, keep going. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. I'm
Well,
being a pedant and
no, I mean that's totally fair. Like if it's Australian, all my Australian friends, I tried what is known as a Tim Tam Slam. Because we have very, very similar biscuits over here called penguins. You don't know what that is? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Do you guys know what penguins are in terms of cookies / biscuits? Okay. Well, basically, now I have to start at the very beginning.
yeah.
A very good place to start. So Tim Tams are a chocolate biscuit. A biscuit is what we call cookies in England. It's a chocolate biscuit that is basically like it's a chocolate biscuit coated in chocolate with chocolate ganache in the middle, basically. And in England, they're called penguins. And in America, they're called Tim Tams. And they're basically the same thing, even though they're made by different companies. And in Australia and America, they have this thing called the Tim Tam Slam, where you take this biscuit, which is like a little bar. It's shaped like a little bar, like a little rectangle. And you bite off one corner, and then you go to the opposite side and bite off the opposite corner. And then you dip your biscuit into coffee, and you put your mouth over one of the bitten corners, and you suck the coffee through the biscuit like a straw. And then you eat the biscuit, and the biscuit's insides will have been melted by the coffee. That's what a Tim Tam Slam is.
And you've now achieved it.
I did this yesterday. I have to say it was much harder to drink the coffee through the biscuit than I was anticipating it being. But the result of having a biscuit that was kind of still held together on the outside, but very warm and chocolatey on the inside was a good experience that I recommend. Tim Tams are a religious experience. You really like Tim Tams. They are good. I'll give you that.
That might kind of work better without.
Can you flick it on and off? I like both, honestly. I'm not sure. Yeah, it is delicious. It was good. I guess it can't really be an American thing if 30 hasn't heard of it. Maybe it is an Australian thing and I just misspoke.
Go without. A lot of I edit a lot of like.
Fair enough. There we go. Let's have them so they're just extending out here, rather than already being extended all the way out. And I'm gonna make them shorter. Thanks, Sonic.
Ooh. 100 biddies. Thank you.
Oh, yo, thank you so much.
You're just like, thanks, Sonic.
I'm not completely sure what all of the alerts mean.
Oh.
Has to be said.
You're not gonna get away with this. Is a raid. You're right, my friend. Is someone sending bits, and
That's a follow, right?
Yeah.
I got that one. Thank you for the follow. Tib says Tim Tams are absolutely an Australian thing. Oh.
I'm gonna make the follow thing a little.
The more you know.
A little less big. Stream alerts, stream alerts, stream alerts. Where? Stream alerts, where are you? Stream alerts, where are you? Stream alerts, where? There you are. You're gonna go like this.
Also, the alerts are muted, apparently. Oh.
Oh. Only we're hearing them.
Oh.
Really?
More for us.
Oh shit, yeah. Fair enough.
Michael!
There you go. Quick. You're right, my friend.
You're right, my friend. Most natural line read ever. Thank you for the heads up, pal bro.
I think I turned them off.
There we go.
On the Rise stream so that it wasn't clipping out over what you and Patrick were saying.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thanks.
You don't have to add the alert audio back in.
Oh, but we know how much you love it, Tib. So we will.
We could just enjoy it. Okay, vote. Audio on or off? F for off. E for on.
What is
I
this
know, right?
voting system?
I don't know, man. You gotta engage. 2 for off.
Ah, he's not gonna get away with this.
There you go. There's some audio for you. Thank you.
Tell him, Botnik.
Thank you for the raid.
Thank you.
Welcome, Commodore Morgan. How was your stream?
Then I'm gonna make him say yes.
We could
Hmm?
we could change all the alerts to be right.
Oh my gosh!
TMNT.
Don't tempt me. You're encouraging this. You have no one to blame but yourself. For my for enabling my Rise obsession. Make you say yes.
Doig, please. Please. We've had enough Sonic.
Oh my gosh! People want it. Well, who am I to deny him? I could say never say no to you guys, especially if you're asking for something that I want anyway, that aligns with my own interests.
Why not make our own alerts? Tib,
Because that would take time, Tib.
Yeah.
Time and effort that I could be spending making these boards. Or doing other things. Unspeakable things. Okay, we need this blur frame. Bad blur frame. Need better blur frame. And so there shall be one. I shall create one. A blur frame for our times.
Thanks for all the follows. Welcome in. So if you've not been here before, we're Doig&Swift. This is the Animation Breakfast Club. We're both professionally working in animation, predominantly on music videos for a little indie company called Knights of Light Table. If you're curious about the kind of work that we've done work for Game Grumps, NSB, Twerp, and Starbomb. Many of the recent music videos that people have enjoyed have been created by the teams at Night because they're cool. Animation's awesome.
Also, we're huge nerds.
We're super nerds. We're goofs.
We like Rise with TMNT and Sonic the Hedgehog and Tim Tams.
Yeah. Our online avatars are a bird and a bear. I'm currently drawing them enjoying a bowl of soup. India's bird
Enjoying a bowl. Is that what you call it? Enjoying?
Yeah.
When you're like floating within the soup.
They are enjoying.
Is that how you normally enjoy soup?
Hey, there are
You just
many,
climb into it.
You know, there are many ways that things can be enjoyed.
I mean, I'm not denying that. Yo, what's my favorite Sonic game? Oh, that's really tough. That's a tough one.
The one she'll make.
Ha. Ha ha. It's Sonic 2 probably. It's probably Sonic 2. Sonic 2, I think, has some of my favorite stages. I think the feel of that game is super nice. I think the color design is super appealing. There's something about Sonic 3 where it felt like it went a little bit darker and muddier in terms of the values and the tones. And the stages didn't capture my imagination quite as much as stuff like Mystic Cave Zone, you know, Emerald Hill, Sky Chase.
Like, Tibbs is in the chat being like, a penguin is not a Tim Tam, but look at the composition and the cross-section of these two biscuits.
Yeah. I mean, a penguin is about as close as you can get to a Tim Tam without having a Tim Tam. As far as I'm concerned.
Now, that said, the ingredients and...
the right-hand side of your screen is being cut off.
Yeah, I'm centering it here.
Cool.
The ingredients, the overall quality of the Tim Tam may be superior, and I will concede on that point. But they are pretty much the same compositionally.
Oh, right. It's a taste different. Huh. Oh, man. And here I thought that I'd managed to create the Tim Tam Slam.
So it's not a 100% equivalency. However, the same method of sucking hot beverages up through the core structure of the biscuit / cookie / cake or whatever this is, it works. confirmed. For some reason, the
I
British Prime Minister is holding a pack of Tim Tam.
I haven't played Roboblast 2 yet. I really want to because that game looks incredible. I am 100% into that game.
There are YouTube videos about the Tim Tam Slam comparing the Tim Tam to the penguin. We are not president here. We are merely following a trend.
We are not the president. Well, I mean,
We're not
you say that if you want. I think I am the president.
Seeing you're slowly making a collection of different themed alerts, you can eventually set rotating follow alerts, rotating sub alerts, etc. pretty easily on Streamlabs. Yeah, you could actually set it up so it's random, so you get a mixture
Of Sonic and Rise.
yeah. I set Palbro, I set up an alert for when there's like 5 gifted subs or more than 5 gifted subs. Finally, I forget what.
Wait, that was a crow mail.
Oh.
You just. What is it with you and like destroying fun?
I was just reading the text. I didn't see there was
Blatantly a crow mail. You stole Stamps' job.
Okay, go for it.
You read it now.
But you can read it too.
I'm gonna read it again.
Sorry, Pablo.
Can't believe that you did that. You're incorrigible.
Does that mean I can be encouraged?
No, it's not that kind. It's with an I, not with an E.
Incorrigible.
Yeah,
Never heard of that.
you haven't heard of that.
Incorrigible.
Yeah.
It just came up. Incorrigible.
Of a person or their behaviour, not able to be changed or reformed. There you go.
Oh, incorrigible.
Incorrigible.
Okay. Very different from uncorrigible or incorrigible. Instead.
We have a crow mail. Yep. It's from Josie. Josie says, "Have another one to properly read, India. Stamps deserves the best. Yes, he does. There he goes.
Y'all care about Stamps so much.
I do.
They do too.
I care about him more than I care about you. It's a lie. I care about Stamps more than I care about life itself.
Oh, this is
It's also a lie. I do care about him though.
the thing that David made, I think, with Kingdom Hearts.
What now?
This is the song that David made with the Kingdom Hearts remix.
Oh, this is David's music.
Yeah.
Super cool.
I
Is there anything that man cannot do?
I got in contact with the Tales of Electron. Very cool dude, and asked if we could play some
music.
Tales of Electron music on stream, and he was like, "Yeah, if you let people know where it's from, totally."
That's so cool.
I'll be
Oh, we should get on that then, yeah.
I want to. there's a tool that lets you display things from many different sources. What the title is, I want to. I think it's like $10. Kind of want to get that. So I can make the current song playing look fancy.
Sounds good to me.
Because if you've not heard the Tales of Electron soundtrack, it's
It's
really
good. It's real good. There we go. We have a better blur frame.
I also realized recently that so you know the show Final Space.
Yeah, I do. I know of it. I haven't watched all of it or anything.
It's totally a really interesting show because it has some really deeply like emotionally mature episodes and moments throughout the series, and they're often accompanied by a really like somber or melancholic song, and the composer slash singer songwriter of those is a woman called Shelby Merry, I think.
Shelby Merry.
Yeah. Yeah. Shelby Merry. And I love those. They're really cool. And when Starlight Brigade, the music video released, like a month or so after, Shelby Merry did a cover of it, and it's beautiful.
Oh, she's the one who did that cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real nice.
And I'd never connected the dots between her being the singer-songwriter of the Final Space stuff and her being the singer-songwriter that did that cover. But
Wow.
they're both like really, really
What an honor.
awesome.
That's super cool. I had no clue. That's amazing, dude.
Yeah. So if you've not heard her work before, go check out Shelby Merry. Hello, Uberdale. How you doing?
I really like her Starlight cover. It's got like a real moodiness to it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I thought.
It's nice to see someone like interpret the song as well as cover it, you know? Like
Yeah.
bring something new to it.
I would still want to hear a like a kind of dwarf choir
A dwarf
version.
choir.
version of Starlight Brigade.
I don't know if I'd be into that.
I would welcome it with open arms.
Dubstep Starlight when.
Dubstep. Nah, man. Like,
Wow. Wow.
give me those orchestral halls full of like voices in unison.
Oh, April, I'm glad that you're liking April's face, Bertie. Thank you. Because this is the one face she makes through the entire animation. So it's a good job that you like it. Yeah, that feels much better now. You see, and this is where I start to get insane because I'm like, should I add some overshoot to these hands? I don't need to do that. It's not an animation, but it would make it look cool though. To just have a little bit of, you know, it would be cool to have the hands arrive before his head does too. So I'm gonna do that actually. You can't stop me from doing that. No one can stop me. No one can stop me from hurting myself in this way by adding more panels.
Here's the question.
Mm.
Would the overshoot add to the character performance? Like without it, would it feel different?
It would. I mean, everything that you add would make it feel different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do it then.
Let's see. Let's just see how it looks. We'll have a look at how the overshoot reads.
You're glad that Donnie's D&D character still has the spider shell.
Yes. Well, in the original thumbs I had for this, he actually used his hand, and then I was like, wait, but how is he holding onto the flamethrower still? So I was like, I should take this opportunity to bring in his spider shell. Classic Donnie tech. How do you think he performs spider climb? As a mage.
I don't know if I dreamed this or if this is one of those kind of like your mind drifts off while you're in the shower while you're thinking about stuff. But I thought of how cool it would be if there was a Rise D&D episode.
Yeah.
But they did a crossover and brought on the voice actors from Critical Role.
Oh man, oh that would be amazing.
How
Yeah.
fun that would be.
Holy heck, that would be real fun.
Like the Dungeon Master would be Matthew Mercer.
Yeah. So I don't know. Is this hard accent better?
Like,
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure a lot of the Titmouse crew, the ones that are working on the Critical Role series, would be big fans of the Rise series. So there could also be like background crossover as well. Like, it would be a really cool crossover.
It would be a cool crossover.
If not the coolest.
The greatest crossover in history! Welcome to the stage of history! You know, I think I do like the hard accent. I'm keeping it. Yeah, isn't that the highest grossing Kickstarter there's ever been? The Critical Role one.
Yeah, imagine introducing the Critical Role audience to Ride.
So I'm not 100% on this expression. Is part of my problem. Let's see if I can make a better one.
Hear Liam O'Brien to do the Dungeon Master, Matt doing a lot of monster noises, and Taliesin being Ancient Overlord. Because I realized recently that Sam Riegel, he has played a Ninja Turtle, I'm pretty sure, in one of the older series.
Which one?
I think it might have been either Raph or Mikey. Let's see, Sam Riegel, Turtle. Dude. He was Donatello.
Hey!
In the 2003 series.
Yo, Donnie!
As well as in various game iterations.
Wow. That's so cool. You love all generation of Don's voices, yeah.
Oh, Liam voices a lot of the Sylvari. Is it Sylvari? I need to check. Yeah, Sylvari. That's the race I played when I played Guild Wars. I was a Sylvari Elementalist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Verdi.
Was Betty
Daggers.
also? Was Betty also?
She's like, Mike, me too.
Heck yeah. Nerds!
Thanks, India.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. Just to yell nerds at you every now and then.
The Elementalist is the least beginner-friendly class. Yeah, you can be fairly squishy. I love the fire move that you can do with daggers with the Elementalist. You effectively like dash forward, leaving a burning trail behind you, because the whole game is based on like
that.
kind of area of effect spells done through physical actions.
Mm-hmm.
And I just really like the idea of dashing through enemies.
On a one-horse open sleigh. Yeah, it sounds cool.
Yeah.
I never really got into any more massively multiplayer online RPGs.
It's I played that one and I played another like free to play. It wasn't that great, but it was engaging enough. The thing that I preferred about Guild Wars 2 was that there was just a slight bit more real-time element to it. Like I think I would get insanely bored if it was just you stand there and mash buttons in a certain combination without having to take positioning into account.
Yeah, I think my problem is that I would have got way too obsessed with it.
Gotcha.
So it's a very good thing I didn't play it.
there's a polar bear in one of the ice regions that doesn't become aggro towards you, and I have screen caps of me and my friend just like taking screenshots as if we're hanging out and like camping with the polar bear.
Aww. That's adorable.
He was a broiler bear.
You're taking brotos with the broiler bear.
Taking what?
Brotos.
Yeah, brotos.
Join you. Oh man, I can't. Like, I get so into RPGs, guys.
Yeah.
I sink way too much time into them. So I feel like it's a really bad idea for me to try that, because I would become obsessed with it. Like, I would like it too much.
You've not played an RPG since I met you. Not properly.
Yeah, that's
Hollow
true.
Knight is the closest thing I think to.
Yeah, and that's not really.
That's more of a Metroid.
Well, when the new Elder Scrolls games comes out eventually, you'll be able to see me do it then. Honestly, Breath of the Wild would be that for me if I could find any time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Science and reason.
Is Adventure Time Amnesty the one between Balance and their current one?
Yes, it is.
Gotcha.
That expression's kind of fun and doofy. Kind of like the eyes there better. I wonder if I can just paste them.
Oh, Adventure Zone. Adventure. Did I say Adventure Time? Did I?
Oh, you might have.
Tib said Adventure Time. I read Adventure Time Amnesty and knew that it was Adventure Zone, and yeah. I need to watch more of Adventure Time as well.
I don't think I'm as into Adventure Time as other people are, to be honest. But maybe that's just because I haven't watched enough of it.
I feel like maybe the kind of structure of it probably changed over time.
What does that mean?
Yeah. Emlet says Adventure Time gets more serious the longer it goes.
Yeah, because it kind of feels like watching Marshmallows to begin with, you know, like it feels like it's all fluff.
Gotcha.
As much as I love watching Marshmallows, I mean...
The Adventure Time in the show, where its early popularity allowed the board artist to hit hard with story.
Okay, I mean, that sounds like something that I would like.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, so, I will watch it. Donnie, your eyebrows, why?
Does Adventure Time kind of go over the garden wally in terms of tone and like content?
I don't know if it'll go as dark as Over the Garden Wall.
I heard some stuff about Princess Bubblegum that makes me think it might.
A is for the apple that he gave to me when he first passed by. Over the Garden Wall, so good.
Yeah, Voiding Pen says it gets really dark, and Birdie says it takes the first 2 to 4 seasons and then uses that content to make some really deep story.
The first 4 seasons. So it's going to be 4 seasons of it basically being lighthearted, and then it's going to go into being a bit heavier. I can deal with that. Like, I'm up for spending time with characters in low stakes scenarios or fun scenarios to kind of get to know them and learn to care about them.
Sounds like a good approach to a show.
4 seasons is a long time, but I will do it if you guys are recommending it for sure. Bertie's yelling at you, Mike. She's yelling at you. She's yelling into the void.
What did I miss? Say it again, Bertie. This time louder.
Type louder. Cool. There we go. That's much better than this. Oh, scoff. Yes, that's better.
What you wrote was basically what it does. It takes all of the jokes and improv world building from the first 2 to 4 seasons and then uses that context to make some real deep story. Which isn't what you're saying now, which is first 2 seasons were testing, production 3 and 4 were then involved with character stories. Unless it's meant to be read like, basically what it does is take all of the jokes and improv world building from the first 4 seasons, and then doesn't Birdie.
Oh, Michael. It's okay. Calm yourself.
Birdie. It's okay.
Calm yourself, Michael.
Voiding Pen says, "Hey Swift, I'm already using some of the crit you gave me on my animatic on these boards."
Oh, that's so cool. Heck yeah. That's awesome to hear. I'm so happy that it was helpful, like even a little bit. I'm excited to do more boards. I love boards. Boards are so fun. I'd love to do more of them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you feel like
I feel like
you found a calling?
A calling. I found something I want to be good at.
That's really cool. Because I think you have a real knack. Like, when I first met you, you were an animator and illustrator.
Yeah.
But your passion and your what you wanted to learn most.
Storytelling.
Yes. What you were learning, what you were paying for podcasts, you were paying for courses, you were doing a whole bunch, you were learning how to tell stories. And I feel like through that time you learned a lot of what you needed to make compelling, like you strengthened your storytelling. And now that you've done that, you went on to make a comic to exercise that. You then have made like music video that had a story at the core of it over 4 minutes, and now you're like working as a professional story artist.
Oh, it's so weird. I still don't feel like imposter syndrome, all that jazz that probably everyone in chat is super familiar with. But you know, if I'm here, I'm gonna damn well do my best.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, storyboarding's super fun, and I would like to do more like skits and scenarios that are just boards only, and don't need to be full, animated to full cleanup or anything. Get ready to get squished, Don. It's happening. get squeezed.
So they're clarifying and saying that 1 and 2 are testing, 3 and 4 are more character focused, then 5 to 10 deep dive into what's been set up.
Wait, 5 to 10? There's so many seasons of it.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious, guys, what an investment. I'll do it for y'all, but wow.
The first 2 tested limits of the show's production, placing as much story stuff as they could, while also poking limits of the episodes while staying very silly and lighthearted. Once the show picked up speed, 3 and 4 solidified the show's style. And then, yes, what Tib said, 5 to 10 are heartbreakers at times. Honestly, Adventure Time is one of the few stories where the world feels truly alive and its own creatures without our input.
Yeah, I think that's partially due to the fact of how many seasons it had as well. Like, how can you have 10 seasons and not have the world feel alive?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because of the sheer amount of characters you've met and places you've been and stories that have been told in it.
There's a lot of this is simply how it is in Adventure Time, and much like nature is brutal, so is this world.
I like that. I like there doesn't always have to be like a big reason for stuff to be the way it is. Sometimes it can just be, well, that's just the way it is in this world.
I feel like Rise does that to an extent, where they don't dwell on certain aspects, and it's just like, this is how it is. And,
Yep, just trust us, guys.
Don't get caught up in the world structure. They just let the event play out in it. So
don't get caught up in like having to explain every single thing that happens.
Yeah. The thing that Rise does well, I think, is there is no character being introduced to the turtle in the show. April already knows them. The villain already knows them. Like, there's no "what, you're turtles" moment, which I think is to its benefit.
Mhm.
There's no character that needs the the turtles themselves realize that the world is bigger than they thought it was, and then the show goes. Like, the episode 1 hits you with that, and then it's go. Your favorite bit in the show is how they just all casually walk around with other humans and no one cares.
Yeah, they just put a wig on and they're like, well, here we are now. No one's gonna know. I've got a hoodie on now. To be honest, like, it's kind of how I feel on a day-to-day basis.
What?
I'm like, I put a hoodie on and I can go out among the humans and none of them even notice.
I still remember that picture we took of you after we'd done the trial setup of our convention table, and you were just holding a jar and you had a hoodie on and you were like looking from under the dark brim and you were just like, "Gadget has wares if you have coin."
Yeah, honestly, I feel like I spend a lot of my life pretending to be human.
What do you mean pretending to be human?
Getting accepted by the humans as one of them. I've lived among the humans now for many years.
I feel like I understand them.
They've accepted me.
Figuring things out. What do you mean imposters in the soup? It has my back. Alright, India called it yesterday. They're in a brothel.
Leave me and my bad jokes alone.
What happens if you stop pretending to be human?
I resort back to my usual gremlin form, and everyone screams and runs away.
Only happened 3 times.
What, since you've been with me?
Yeah. No, just in your life. Okay, question. Tib. have you watched or listened to the balance arc? Or
Of the Adventure Zone.
yeah, or did you particularly be like, no one seems to enjoy this one, I'll listen to that one instead?
Can we convert the peg bar to Adventure Time after TMNT? We can do it at the same time, Emlet. These two things can coexist in the peg bar. There's no reason all great cartoons can't coexist in the peg bar.
Yeah.
And if like enough people get into it at the same time, we can have a little Adventure Time room as well and everything for people to rave about it in. Feel like we need... I am going a little bit mad with the panels here, but no one's stopping me, so I'm just gonna keep going as long as no one's stopping me. I just felt like it needed a little bit of movement at the end of that. Yeah, this needs to hold for a little bit longer. Maybe I can push his face up a little bit too. That'd be nice. Push that face up. Tilt that head back.
That is too many panels. Listen, as I said yesterday, India's creating a final product. The final product is the board. So she's not creating a board that will then go on to be animated. So any additional flair she puts in.
Mike just likes excusing me. But no, I understand that I have used too many panels. I understand that I'm getting carried away. Wait, what happened?
Got carried away.
I got carried away. I'm no longer seeing the extra panel that I put in there. There we go.
Fair enough.
Cool. I do feel like there needs to be a little bit of lip sync on Fireball. So, you know, I
Lip sync
cast
too far.
Fireball. I know, but I think just like an F for fire and a R for ball will make a big difference.
Okay.
So
Lip synced. What are they called?
cast.
Syllabus. No. There are 3.
Wolves inside you. What are you talking about?
What's the different when there's different beats of a word? Syllable?
Syllables?
Syllable. There's, yeah. Like lip sync the syllables. She's misleading the world on what storyboarding is and furthering the narrative that board artists should have to do key animation for the same pay.
They definitely shouldn't have to. But if they want to do it, if like me, they cannot stop themselves, I don't think that they should be like held up and beaten down for it. If they want to put that extra time and effort in.
Well, I don't think India's boarding anymore. I think India's become an animatic artist. So.
Well, I mean, even animatics, you probably don't need this much stuff in them.
All right.
You know. It's definitely worth calling out, at least, that you would not be expected to board like this. You would not be expected to board this much detail.
Yeah. This is animation disguised as animatic. Yeah.
It's not full animation, that's for sure.
I think you're bordering into like...
If it was full animation, this would be very limited. Like, yeah, I would expect if this got sent to a company for it to be amped up.
I was gonna say you're limited animation right now.
Yeah, obviously, like this would have to be brought on model.
You think India's become something new? Perhaps a god, perhaps a demon.
What is that from, Tib? I could be your angle.
Or your devil.
Or your devil.
How about how about, you know how we have story time animators?
Yeah.
What if we have...
This is kind of like my version of that.
Yeah, storyboard animators.
I don't hate it, Mike.
That's from Tib, baby. Says Tib.
Nice. I was convinced I'd like heard that somewhere before. Pure tibbery. This needs rotating. Rotate the bottom half of the face.
I want to see more storyboard animators on
Storyboards are just like...
YouTube.
Yeah, they're just a faster, more efficient way to tell a story.
Yeah.
And I really like that about them, that I don't have to worry about putting all the frames in. It may look to you guys like I'm putting all the frames in, but I'm not. I would take much more care if I was actually animating this, but it's fun to just like not have to worry about being super on model, just to worry about like conveying the idea is nice.
Just call this half full limited animation. Maybe like just, I don't know, story animation?
I don't think you should label it animation. I think that's misleading.
I want to have something that would get the kiddos hyped though.
I just want something that like is an accurate reflection.
Overboarding.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Overboarding. It's at least accurate, you know, as to what I'm doing.
She's gone overboard. Yeah. The thing is though, is that boards which require like chase sequences or fights or anything that involves like a bit of action to them, if you were to just storyboard them out, strictly storyboard, and have still drawings that imply the movement, then I think a lot of stuff could get lost in translation.
Well, that's part of it. I think is that a lot of the I think a lot of the reason why boards, especially for fights and chases and such, are very like they have a lot of panels and a lot of movement, is because those are often used to pitch to the executives for the sequence to be in the like show/movie.
Right.
And so you want to sell it, and you want to sell it as hard as you can so that sequence gets into the movie and they want it in there. So there's like incentive for you to do stuff like add music and add, you know, extra panels to really make it feel like, you know, add that camera shake, time those panels out so they can watch it like it was a movie. Because if you don't, and then it could be a really fun sequence, but it's just like they don't feel like it's dynamic enough, then you might not get to make it.
Like it might be cut or changed or like doesn't sell the moment.
So I think that's maybe where some of it comes from for people.
Is the trademark of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TMNT TM? Oh dear.
Oh my gosh, I guess so. And I guess the trademark for Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would be ROTTMNTTM. Overboarding is good, yeah. I agree. I think that's a really good term for it, actually.
Yeah, you've gone overboard.
Because it's, yeah, you are going overboard with it. It does still label them as boards. Like, it also tells you they're not typical.
Yeah. Okay. I can roll with that. Sure.
Darkball, you did it. I cast Fireball. Okay, so we need Fireball. And then we just need like an aw shape here.
Yeah, limited animation is Tivla's thing. She's saying, I want to make a series that relies on limited animation, both in ways modern anime like Space Patrol, Luluku use it, but also in the ways older series like Scooby-Doo use it with lots of walk-run cycles and reused animation. And use those limitations to allow you to do lots more with a smaller budget.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
I think that's one thing that that people often can overlook or misunderstand is that if something is described as framey, often less frames is a limited animation method of being ambitious. So you can have your characters move from very extreme poses and movements and have snappy movement to communicate the frenetic, fast energy of the character moving, but you can also have something that's really quite dynamic and full of energy. Whereas if you were completely animating everything, say on 2s and having it be smooth for the sake of smoothness.
Smooth is used as for a compliment for animation far too often.
Yeah, smooth can be not appropriate. I saw a fight scene from like an 80s cartoon, and while it had a lot of frames for the action, the actual sword swings and stuff, they felt slow. They felt like they didn't have much power behind them, because they were like so many frames over such a long time that it was kind of like this.
Well, it's like Richard Williams saying that things on ones are always better, and I disagree with that. Like, I love me some crunchy animation. There's nothing more satisfying to me than crunchy animation.
Did you see Evelyn's finished version of Leo puking rainbows?
No, I haven't seen it finished. To be honest, last night's kind of a blur to me. There was a lot happening last night. So I haven't updated myself properly on everything yet. Just woke up and came pretty much straight to stream.
Yeah, you were up late.
I was super late. Yeah, smoothness is something that I feel like is used more by people who aren't really animators themselves to define them saying that they like an animation, and it's kind of like a catch-all phrase because they don't know enough about it to really articulate what it actually is about it that they like.
Well,
so smooth is like the catch-all.
Yeah, I think they're seeking something that emulates closer to live action than appreciating what animation can bring to the table. Like my dad is like that. He's like, I don't want to watch anime because of the way that it's animated. And I try and tell him that I think there's a lot of storytelling in anime that you would really like and appreciate. And he's like, nah.
Nah, though.
So I think that sort of aesthetic rebounds people before they truly appreciate that the medium there is powerful and can tell some really like emotional story. Hey, bye, Emlet.
See you, Emlet. So that ball doesn't really work. Even though I like the mouth shape, it doesn't read as an O, so I'm gonna have to change it. Oh well, I liked you while you were here, Umouth.
Emlet showed you an Oni animated a while ago where everything was drawn at 30 frames per second and tweened at 60 frames per second, and it looked so weird.
Oh no. That sounds horrific.
I think that also ties into the argument that cinematic frame rate I think it's either 29 or 24, look better because they are abstracted from reality. Like the Hobbit was filmed on like 46.
It's weird how much of a difference it makes, isn't it?
Well, it feels like you're on the set, and that's a bad thing.
Yeah, because then it feels like a set.
You don't want to feel like you're in a room with some actors. You want to feel like you've been transported to a place. And limited frame rate on the cinematic cameras does that because it doesn't look like you're observing reality. It feels otherworldly. And people pushing for like, 60 frames, they're like, it looks more real. Yes, it does. In a bad way. Like we went to watch the film Thor Ragnarok on a friend's TV, and it's one of the TVs that it can interpolate the footage as it's shown. Now somehow Swifty doesn't see it, but I'm sitting there going, this feels wrong. This feels like the footage is like speeding up, slowing down, and like the TV was removing impact and it just felt weird to me.
Yeah. Tib is saying TV motion smoothing is nasty.
It's so nasty.
I can't see it. I can see it in animation, but I can't see it in live action.
I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know how either. It's weird. Like, I feel like I should be able to see it because you're like, it's so obvious. But I haven't noticed.
And we need to just get away from it.
I want to get away. I'm still not sure about this mouth shape. I'm changing it again. Fireball. Okay. More like this, maybe?
This illustration I'm doing is supposed to be like the announcement graphic for this week's food challenge.
Is it going to even be ready?
It's going to be ready at the end of this stream because I'm not going to do any more on it.
Okay, nice.
It's going to give people the weekend to do the challenge if they don't know about it already.
Great.
We could... Okay, how's this, India?
No.
What?
I don't wanna. Yow!
I haven't said anything. I haven't said anything.
Okay, go ahead.
A crow shouted at me today.
Go on. What is your idea?
We extend the deadline for this week's challenge for an extra week.
I knew you was gonna say it. That's what I thought you was gonna say.
That people have enough time. People have enough time after this announcement goes out to work on something, and you get a full week of drawing whatever you want on stream. Since you spent all of last week not doing that.
Oh, but does that then mean that people will feel like they have to do more work because they're like, well, this took me 2 weeks, so now it has to be extra good? I don't want that kind of pressure on people.
No. It doesn't mean that.
Doesn't it?
And anyone who
Guys,
does,
you're the only ones who can tell me if it does mean that. Will you feel extra pressure because you've had 2 weeks to do it? I don't want it to like become the regular thing.
Voiding Pen says it gives me a chance to actually do the challenge.
I can just clarify that. All right. I see you've all betrayed me. See how it is now. Feel the slip of cold steel slipping in between my shoulder blades.
I'm gonna go get some Jaffa cakes, okay?
Are you gonna give me a hug on the way pie?
You want a hug on the way, pie?
Yeah.
You want a hug? Where do you want the hug? You want a head
What does
hug?
that mean?
You want a shoulder hug?
I'm
Do you want,
so-
do you, want a hug
do you
where
mean that you would hug me with your shoulder, or that I would Like you would hug only my shoulder.
I would hug only your shoulders.
Oh.
Like, is this a? Do you want to turn around for a hug? Do you want a hug where I approach you stealthily?
This has become far too complex. I don't want to hug anymore.
Okay.
I've changed my mind. This has become too much effort. Aw, I got one anyway. This is exactly the kind I wanted. The kind where I don't have to do anything.
Minimum effort.
Yeah! It's warm. Don't go. You're my blanket now. No, don't leave!
You have a blanket.
You're part of my chair. Yeah, but the blanket's not on me like you are. I'd have to, like, pick it up.
Oh no.
Shit. I'm gonna pick up the blanket. He's gone. Put that blanket on. Get it over your shoulders. This is actually a blanket that I bought for Buffy because I thought she would like something fleecy and nice to sleep on. But like everything I ever buy Buffy, she rejected it just like she rejects me. So now I have it as a hand-me-down. This cat blanket, which is very fleecy and nice and warm and soft, and has never had Buffy actually sit on it for more than like the second that I put her onto it before she jumped off yowling. So it's a human blanket now, basically. I cast Fireball. Okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with these mouth shapes. What can I do to plus this more? It'd be nice to have some blur in that grass, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. And also, when this happens, let's give Donnie like a little boop. I'll just pop him up for like 1 frame, just to accent it, like the Storytime animators do. You know, where they squash and stretch a character for 1 frame just to be like transition between one expression and the other.
What smelled of me? What are people talking about?
What? I'm sorry?
It smelled of you, so she didn't dare use it.
Ah, I was
Oh.
talking about Buffy and the blanket.
Oh, do you mean the blanket smelled of you, so she didn't dare use it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I lost my mind in the summertime, 'cause it don't stop raining. Dotty. Sorry, it's squashing and stretching. Your own life.
Okay.
I like this track.
So we decided that the deadline for the food challenge is a week on Sunday.
Sure.
Okay.
We decided as a team.
Well, I'm checking it with you.
Tempted to make his eyes bigger on that frame too. Why not? What's gonna happen if I do it? Like, what if it doesn't work? It'll be fine. Who cares? Do it. Be fun. I wanna. Yes. Make his mouth lower. Okay. Don't know if I like that. Kind of fun though.
Do we keep the previous challenges somewhere? Really, the best indication of previous challenges is the playlist on our stream VODs channel.
Jaffa cakes. Oh,
Storyboarding and Jaffa cakes. Best.
Oh.
Best.
She's not going to get way more submissions
But Sophie said it was a good idea.
because I'm only announcing it widely with giving people like 9 days to do it. I'm not giving them 2 weeks from today to do it. So
No one's allowed to enter the challenge.
like no one can submit anything yet because I haven't made the Google form. I mean,
Ow.
I think the command for the Animorning pod is Animorning pods. Well, that one didn't work, but this one does. I think if I put latest,
Let's see what happens if I try and do this.
that didn't work either. God damn it.
So in order to blur something in Storyboard Pro, it has to be a bitmap layer, and everything that I'm currently drawing is a vector. Which means we have to go to convert to bitmap layer,
Oh, so you can do the post-production on it.
so I can do the blur on the grass. The problem being that it only wants to turn something into a bitmap inside the frame of the camera. So you have to like extend this out, and I always have to just guess. Let's just say 2000%, right? 2000%. Add another 0 on there.
That's Buffy. Fuck off! I just fed you. If you just pushed it around your plate, I'm going to be mad.
Oh man, I hope it doesn't crash. Don't crash.
2000% is big.
I know. That's why I chose it. Still not big enough, you know, surprisingly. But I think it actually is gonna be alright. Because I don't use the entirety of this grass. So, I probably should have done this before I added the motion to it. So I may just end up redoing the motion, because otherwise I'm going to have to do this to every single layer of this on every single panel. I'm going to have to convert it into a bitmap layer, and then I'm going to have to add the blur to it. So I'm going to have to redo the motion. Too much blur? Do you guys think? Should I do less blur than that? What do you think? Is there a way to move around the bitmap area or make it bigger? Yeah, like to make it bigger, I just used the thing where I like added a 0 on there. If you want to move it around, there's not, as far as I can tell, a way to move it around. Sometimes I end up moving the drawing round, which can be frustrating when I've already positioned it where I want it, and then I have to move it to get inside the blue bounds. So that's why I tend to just extend the canvas when I do the convert to bitmap command to like huge proportions, so I don't have to move it. Did I learn to use this program on my own at uni or online? Oh, I learned to use this on my own actually. This program is pretty intuitive, I think. All you guys, let's give it a slant as well. That'd be fun, right? Yeah, I'm into it. All right. So I'm going to make sure that I reproduce this effect. So it starts here, and we're going to end way over here. Whoop. And then we're going to spread the layer motion. Layer, spread layer motion. In fact, let me delete the other ones first, so that it's clearer to see.
Avoiding can ask, can you change it if you aren't converting to a bitmap, like the layer is already a bitmap?
I don't think so. I think when it converts to a bitmap, it will crop off anything that isn't in that blue area, and you can't then like change that afterwards. I don't think, but I'm very much like still learning to use this program myself, so I could be wrong. Like there could be a way to do it that I just don't know about.
I noticed we have a couple other follows. Thank you, Baronowski and Luna Go. I don't know why I didn't hear the trigger. You might have done. So.
Thank you. We need to have an average of 75 viewers over 30 days. Yeah, we don't normally have 75. There we are. I like that we skewed it. I think that helped.
Yeah, I saw that used in Sheldon Vela's boards for the endgame part, or maybe it was the Many Happy Returns.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, there's a part where Raph like bashes his way through stadium seats, and the barrier in the foreground is slanted to show the speed he's going.
Gotta check that was an error in the playback and not an error in the boards. Cool.
Because it's an optical illusion created by the way that a camera. I'm not sure if it's only digital cameras or whether it affects actual film cameras as well, because they are kind of taking all of the thing in at once, whereas a digital one can kind of take the top in first and the bottom of the image in a fraction of a second later. So if you imagine a camera moving really fast, the time at which it takes the top of the image is slightly before the part where it takes the bottom of the image. So the way that the image is captured is like this, like in a diagonal. And then if you repeat that, it makes things look like they are skewed in the footage. You can see it if you film out of a train as it's moving and you pass past architecture that's in the foreground close to the train, maybe another passing train, you'll see that diagonal slanting effect in your footage. I did it when we were on the bullet train going from Tokyo to Kyoto.
I remember that was the footage that you gave me when I needed it for something. I've forgotten what I needed it for.
Yeah.
But yeah. I appreciated you taking that footage.
Really cool though, to sort of
to see reality bend.
Yeah, take an optical illusion that you only see in footage and then apply it to a thing that's supposedly cinematic, having been filmed with a camera. Because yeah. I was also watching a video. I think someone linked it about the not real approach to cameras in the Toy Story 4 film.
Go on.
Where
sounds interesting.
Where they were trying to simulate different real world cameras as they're rendering, for rendering the film.
Don't people usually do that?
No.
I thought that was a thing that people usually do, is like in animation they'll be like, we're simulating a 35mm.
Well, it's not just depth of field or field of view. That's certainly the case, but it's the way that things will blur if they're outside of the focal point of the camera, like the bokeh and the shape of the way that bokehs are, and they'll try and simulate actual cameras. And they even showed that in the same scene, when it flips between two characters, you know, like a shot reverse shot.
Yeah.
When you're looking at Woody from Bo Peep's point of view, it's one type of camera, and it's a little bit more dreamy. And then when you look at Bo Peep from Woody's point of view, the rendering is different, showing his different point of view of the world.
That was the next question I was going to ask you, was what are they using it for? And it's storytelling. That's really cool.
It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
They also showed that it's a type of camera lens where there are two different lenses built in, so the different fields on the same picture plane have varying focal length, I think it is. So you can have, and this is something that's been used in cinema, where you have a character in the foreground and a character in the background, and both of them are in focus, and the part in between them is blurred because that's out of focus. And it's usually used to create an unsettling feeling because we're not used to being able to see two focal points, even with our own vision. Like, our eyes work more like a camera. So putting it into a shot gives this sort of a weird feeling of unsettling depth.
Yeah.
And they used it in Toy Story 4 in a scene showing one of the antagonists of the film talking charmingly to the Spoon character, trying to get more information about like Woody and the others to
That's the kind of
undercut her tone.
That's the kind of stuff I want to learn to do in boards. To make those kind of cool decisions. Like, that's super awesome. I love how into the storytelling the techniques are interwoven. Like, everything is in service of story.
Yeah. They're not just doing it to be impressive. They're doing it because it makes a statement and conveys a feeling and is appropriate for the story moment.
Yeah, 100%. Not just because it looks cool, but because it says something. It's meaning, you know?
Let me see if I can find the video.
Yeah, that would be awesome, actually. Please do link it in, because I'd like to watch that as well.
Yeah, the video is called The Real Fake Cameras of Toy Story 4. The video is by Nerdwriter1.
Oh, I think I've heard of them. Let me just check the folds of this cloak.
If someone is in chat is one of the people that link that into the Discord, let me know. I've watched it. Cool.
Yeah, so this and this need to be the same. Which means this needs to squash down. That was the problem. The expression is like the main thing that I'm having trouble with at the minute. Other than that, like I think this is pretty much like I don't think I need to do anything else to this. I could put more of Donnie's cloak in. That I don't think it's necessary. I could do it, but I don't think it's necessary.
Tiramisu has linked me a whole bunch of video clips.
Tiramisu, thank you.
From Rise for alerts.
Oh my gosh, Tiramisu, you angel. Thank you. You know what we like.
The top one is make him say yes.
Oh, we gotta have that.
What would you want? What would you want make him say yes to be for?
Oh my goodness. Let's see, let's down with the sickness. And it's because Splint has reached stage 7 of the sickness. I wonder if it should be like bits or something, like something where someone's making it ask or something.
Yeah. I mean,
I got a hell of a view of the end of the world.
you animated your own, they could be TMNT Sonic crossovers.
Oh my gosh, don't tempt me, guys. Thing is, like, I would love to, but I would have to spend a long time then animating all of my own emotes, which would take a really long time.
I mean, nobody got time for that. Right?
I'd love to have time for it, but I don't know if I do. I don't want it to take like 3 months for me to get the alerts together. It's the main thing.
How about just the TMNT Sonic crossover drawing fan art?
Just a TMNT Sonic crossover drawing fan art. I thought it would be nice to have something that moves.
Everything is Nanda saying follows. I want to hear it. I want to hear it a lot.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't mind that. Ba 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 ba. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your little butt. Cool, 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 cool.
Listen, if we make partner, maybe we consider.
Make him say yes for followers is good. Sorry, Tirizu, I didn't mean to shock you. I mean, I would love to do some. I want to do a bunch of like silly Rise animations for fun. To be honest, the problem is narrowing down which ones I should do, when and first and such. You know. Okay, so there's one little thing that I saw that was annoying me. One day more. Another line, another thing I don't like. No matter how I try to draw.
Seeing Donnie with a flamethrower is terrifying.
You know he has one. Definitely has one.
Yeah.
Like, just... I think you actually get to see it when he whips his tech staff out at Warren Stone. And all of the different attachments come out of it. I think one of them may be a flamethrower. I have no doubt. I have no doubt he has one. No doubt whatsoever. There we go. Wow, 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 wow. I love this track. It's so cheesy. It's the best. Alright guys, I think unless I want to adjust the expression again, like that's pretty much like everything else I could do to it. I'm not sure it would be worth the effort to do. Filling in the characters on this first scene so that they're not transparent. I could adjust the values there. I could keep trying to do the expressions there to make it better. I want to see where these dialogues pop up because I've never exported it with the dialogues from the program before.
Yeah.
So I've put them in. Here's my dialogue. Mwah ha 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 ha. I want to see if it exports with it properly. So let me. I'll just call it export 1 because I'm imaginative. Rise export 1. Yeah. And we'll do it half size, sure. And just do all export. You're only accepting using a flamethrower if Leo yells, "It's about to get it!" beforehand. It's about to get lit. Oh my god, it's so good. Leo would probably say that, yeah. Yeah. I think I already programmed in the export options.
I've had some really nice discussions and back and forth between some like original series 1987 series Turtles fans who are just like, it feels like Rise embraces the approach that the 1987 one did for the Turtles, and that they're there for it. And it was just really nice to like geek out and gush about the really subtle and clever storytelling. It was nice to see someone who kind of understood, but also was coming from a place where like they felt like they were being understood as well about what they liked about the turtle.
We get to see where these titles appear. Excellent. I would like them to appear a little bit higher if possible. I wonder if I can set that in the export options. I think that captions top center, that's like the most I can choose, unfortunately. So I think I'm kind of like stuck with this being this kind of low down the screen. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. Yeah, it's not terrible. It could have been worse. It's just a shame that it overlaps the drawing there. I do need to make sure that his line continues on these next couple of panels.
I find my calling as a Twitter.
Rise D&D subtitled Export 001. That's far too good a naming convention, Dark Vault. I would never use that. That's way too organized.
India draws things in Procreate and then she sends it to me via Dropbox. I'm like, what's it called? She's like, Untitled. I'm like, right.
Surprised you even needed to ask. It's called GHDSKJJDHD. It's called the sound of me smashing my fist into the keyboard. So I'm wondering if I should, instead of calling it If Donnie Plays a Wizard, call it like Donnie the Tech Wizard or something. If that's like a better little subtitle.
Donnie the Tech Wizard?
Yeah.
Where you mean, what do you type like first thing?
Yeah, the beginning slate.
Ah. Tech Wizard is a different meaning, I think. I think saying a wizard is more fitting.
You think? What do you guys think? Do you have any ideas for like titles? I kind of just wanted to say like what the premise is. And the premise is, for anyone who doesn't know from watching it, if they were playing D&D and Donnie was playing a mage, he would refuse to refer to anything as magic unless forced to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming the reason he would want to play a mage is just because they have the most firepower.
Yeah.
Donnie the Wizard in air quotes is pretty good. Darkfall, you're good at naming things. I like it. Let's do it. Why are you so good? You know, it's nice that it brings those air quotes back too. Because that's part of the joke of the thing. Don't like that W. Make it more readable. There we go. You don't think you're any good. I think you're good. There we go. We got it. Welp. I mean, I'm happy to call it here. I'm happy to actually, like... I kind of want to add voices and sound effects and music to this, guys. I think that'd be really fun. If anyone wants to, like, play any of the characters in this, you guys are totally welcome. Do you think the best way for me to handle it is just to, like, give you guys a little transcript, and then anyone who wants to record a take can record a take, and then I'll just choose the one which I think works the best?
If people are up for that, yeah.
I guess I can ask that in the Discord as well. Josie, your cat has joined you for cuddles. It's a good day. That's awesome. I gotta find me some nice fantasy music as well. You know, has a voice similar to Donnie's Inviso guy. Is that true? Huh.
Is a guy, huh?
Oh, Evelyn, you could use a cuddle. Sending you cuddles from Ireland. I'm sorry I can't be there to actually deliver cuddles. Are you ready to call it, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah? You're happy with what you've done?
I'm just like adding like extra shine and stuff to the food, trying to make it look as appetizing as possible. What do you reckon?
I think it looks great. It is making me hungry. Like, I do want to go and get some food
Okay,
for
cool.
breakfast. Well, if you think Inviso would be up for it, then like... Is Inviso in our Discord? They are, aren't they? We could just tag them. Yeah, Tib, that's quite a nice idea.
I don't think Invincible Guy is in our server now.
We could maybe make like a voice demo room, and anyone who wants to like drop voice demos or lines in there can.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
And then like if people are looking for a particular voice too, they can always scroll through those and see if there's anyone that...
Yeah.
The stamps deliver cuddles. Yeah, sure. Sure, why not?
Okay, thanks, Dave. Let us find someone to raid.
Yeah, thank you guys for bearing with me while I did this. I really appreciate you guys watching me pull this little thing together. It's been a lot of fun.
I'm so glad you got to
And it's like, again, like way more animated than it needs to be.
Ross is still streaming. You want to raid
We
Ross?
could raid Ross. I mean, not that he needs it. It might be better to raid someone smaller.
And we never get to raid Ross though.
I know we don't, but also like he's got 800 people watching him.
Me too.
It might be nice to raid someone who's a bit smaller.
Don't want to raid Ross though.
All right, I'm not going to stop you. If you want to go and do it, then go for it.
You could raid Ross and take over his ship.
Don't expect him to like give you a shout out or anything though.
All right.
Ross raid.
He's been...
Everybody go and pirate.
Cool. Oh, you're playing the animatic. So good.
Yeah. I think I might end up adjusting the expressions for the voice lines once we have voice lines in there. Just because whoever does the delivery, you know, it might need some adjustment to make the expressions match the sound of the voice. But that'll be fun when we get to it.
Oh, thanks for the follow, Salt Supreme. Okay. Set up this raid. Initiated. Let's flip ourselves over to the outro. Are you still showing your thing?
No, you can flip it to the outro. I was just playing it while we were waiting to find someone to raid.
Okay. Go. Yeah, thanks so much for coming by today. We'll be back on Monday for more.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's the weekend, isn't it? Jeez, oh.
It is, yeah.
When did that happen?
Yeah, it's been a really, really fun week.
It sure has.
And
all right, yeah, everyone have an awesome time at Ross's stream. Say adventure or piracy or
something.
Your war cry of choice. Everybody have an amazing day. Best of luck with all your projects. And may the rest
of your day
be filled
with
adventure.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Don't know where I should